So she walks into... You shut up! I'm filming! No! Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be filming another book recommendations video, and today I'm going to be recommending you guys books with the trope I hate everyone in the world but you. This video is actually requested, so I am filming it for you guys, and yeah, this is one of my god tier tropes. I absolutely love this trope so much. If you see my tier ranking romance tropes video, you would know, but I love this trope. So I came up with a bunch of books that have this trope in it, and I'm really excited to share them all with you today. I love literally all of these books that I'm going to be recommending to you. And yeah, I have a bunch more, so if you guys want to see a part 2, let me know and I can definitely do that. And if you guys have any recommendations for I Hate Everyone in the World But You books, leave them in the comments below so I can read them, because I'm always looking for new ones to read, because like I said, I love this trope. So yeah, without further ado, let's just get into this video. Okay, so the first book that I'm going to be recommending to you guys today is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. This is one of my favorite books. I love this book and you can't go wrong with a good Colleen Hoover book. Okay, so this book follows Miles and Tate, and basically Miles is super closed off to the world, super closed off to love. He literally hates everyone in the world because of something really tragic that happened in his past, and you do get to see that because this book is told in dual timelines and in dual point of view, but you only get Miles's point of view from 6 years, I believe. From 6 years earlier when he was in high school, and you see what happened and this really tragic thing that happened to him that made him the way that he is and the way that he is towards love, because he's seen the ugly side of love, and so he's very closed off to it and doesn't want to, you know, be in a relationship. But then Tate comes along and you get her point of view in the present time, and she comes along and she's moving in with her brother who lives across the apartment from Miles, and she meets Miles and they have this instant attraction, instant connection, and you can see that they're both so attracted to each other. But obviously Miles is super closed off to love, and Tate is really busy with, you know, her schooling, her nursing. She's I don't know if she's a nurse in like training, I'm not really sure, but yeah, and so they're both not really looking for a relationship, so they decide that they can't really fight this attraction to each other any longer, and they're going to form this friends with benefits relationship. Now they say it in the book, they're not friends, they don't really know each other, so it's not really friends with benefits, it's more just like we're just gonna sleep together with no strings attached, because they don't really know one another, but they're so attracted to each other that they can't fight it. And so they form this little arrangement. Miles has 2 rules: never ask about the past and don't expect a future. And obviously, you know, those rules are gonna be broken. Tate obviously starts to fall for him. Miles starts to fall for her, but he won't admit it to himself because of everything that's happened in his past. And yeah, the story kind of goes from there, and this book is just so good, so amazing and heartbreaking, and you'll bawl your eyes out reading this book, I guarantee it. But this book is just so good, and it definitely matches this trope because, like I said, Miles is super grumpy, he's very closed off to everyone, and then Tate comes along and he just like can't help the way he feels about her. And yeah, this book is so good and you guys need to read it. Okay, so the next book that I have for this trope is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. This is the first book in a new series, I believe, and this book is so good. I read it recently and I'm absolutely obsessed with it. So this follows Rowan and Zara, and this book is so magical. Basically, it's set at a theme park, or like an amusement park or whatever, that's basically like Disneyland, and Rowan's grandpa, who is the like creator and founder of the park, is basically like Walt Disney. And so he actually passes away, and so he has written these 3 letters to his 3 grandsons, Rowan and his 2 brothers, with tasks that they have to do before they can get their portion of the company. And so Rowan's task, because he's like the dreamer and the creator of the family, and he's kind of lost that touch that he had when he was a kid, his task is to become the director of the park and to, you know, like revamp it and, you know, fall in love with art and creativity again. And obviously he kind of thinks this is like a little bit ridiculous at first. He's like, I don't want to do this. He's very closed off. hard exterior person, but you know, he has a heart of gold. And then he meets Zara, and Zara is this very quirky, fun and positive person, and Rowan immediately doesn't like her because of this, and because he is basically the complete opposite of her. So this book is also Grumpy Sunshine, which is another trope I love. And so Zara actually accidentally drunkenly submits this proposal to be a creator, and the creators are the ones that come up with all the ideas for the theme park, and will be working very closely with Rowan throughout his, you know, assignment. And so Rowan actually ends up loving this idea and hires Zara to be one of the creators and come up with the ideas for the park. And they're working very closely together, forming this connection. They're both very attracted to each other. Eventually things happen, and he's literally only soft for her, and it melts my freaking heart, and I literally love it so much. This book is so good, and I can't wait for the rest of this series. The next book that I'm going to be recommending is Corrupt by Penelope Douglas. This is the first book in the Devil's Night series, one of my favorite series by her. I love it so much. This book fits this trope, but also Kill Switch fits this trope literally perfectly. Damon hates everyone but Winter, but Kill Switch is the third book in the series, and you need to read the first two before you can read Damon's book. So that's why I'm only recommending Corrupt, but the Corrupt and Kill Switch work perfectly for this trope. So Corrupt follows Michael and Eureka, and basically Michael and his four friends, Damon and his three friends, are the four horsemen. So there's Damon, Will and Kai, and then Michael, of course, and they were basically the troublemakers of their high school, and they used to have this thing called Devil's Night where they would go around and pull pranks on the whole town the night before Halloween. And this was like their tradition, and so they come back this one year they like graduated a couple years ago, they come back to, you know, do this night again, and Eureka is too young to like go with them because you have to be like 18 or something, and she's only 16, and so she ends up sneaking out and going with them. And she's always basically been in love with Michael her whole life, and Michael's always felt this connection with her, but she's actually dating his brother, so nothing can really happen there. But she goes with them on this one night, and a bunch of stuff happens, and then basically they all get caught except for Michael. So Will, Damon and Kai all end up going to jail because of things that they did that night, and Michael's the only one that doesn't go to jail. And so basically you fast forward 3 years later, they're out of jail, and they want revenge on Eureka, and they want to literally ruin her life and take everything away from her that, you know, makes her happy, like literally ruin her life like she ruined theirs. They think that Eureka is responsible for them going to jail, so they have this plan to get revenge, and like you see all that kind of unfold. But Michael is also super hesitant to do this. He obviously wants to be loyal to his friends because, you know, friends come first, and he wants to be loyal to them and help them get revenge, but he also doesn't want to harm Eureka because he is literally in love with her, and he doesn't want to hurt her. But yeah, and so he literally hates everyone in the world but her. And this book is literally perfect for this trope as well as Kill Switch. But eventually things do happen between them, and it's super cute. This book is super steamy. Oh my goodness, there's the one scene in the steam room that I literally love. That scene is everything. This book is so good. A lot of people don't love this series. It's not for everyone, but I really enjoyed it. The next book that I'm going to be recommending to you guys today is Twisted Love by Anna Huang, and this book is the first book in the Twisted series. This book is so good. It follows Alex and Ava, and basically this is brother's best friend as well, and Alex is a super grumpy, super mean person. He literally is very closed off to the world, like most of the other characters that I talked about today. He hates everyone but her. And so Ava's brother is actually going away to do this doctor's thing somewhere, I'm not really sure, I don't remember. And so he asked Alex to kind of watch over her, move into his old house, which is next door to Ava's house, and, you know, look out for her, look after her, and just make sure she's okay while he's not there. And Alex reluctantly agrees, and he moves into this house. And Ava has always been super attracted to Alex, and so she ends up going over to spend time with him all the time, and he, you know, doesn't really want to spend time with her, but he always ends up doing it anyway. He's only soft for her, and it's so cute. And yeah, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes on in this book. So many plot twists and so many crazy things. Like Ava has this whole past that she can't really remember, and then Alex is trying to get revenge on what happened to his family when he was a kid, and there's like so much other stuff that goes on, and it's just so good, and this book is so steamy. The scene where he's on the phone, oh my god. He literally is only soft for her, and I absolutely love it. He's so sweet with her, and it's literally perfect for this trope, like perfect for this trope. The next book that I'm going to be recommending is another book that is absolutely perfect for this trope, and kind of was the first book that I thought of when I was thinking of books for this video, and that is Bad Intentions by Charleigne Rose. This is actually the second book in a series, but they're all complete standalone, so you can read them on their own and you like won't get spoiled for any of the other books, and you can, yeah, just read this one if you want to. And so this book follows Dare and Lo, and basically Dare is this very closed off character. He hates everyone, he hates people, period. Like, he says it so often throughout the book. He loves his privacy, he loves to be alone, he literally hates people. He literally says it, he's like, oh, my least favorite season is tourist season because I have to deal with so many people, like blah blah blah. Like, he says it so repeatedly throughout the book, and he only has these like, I think 4 maybe really close friends that he hangs out with and associates himself with, and even then when they like throw parties or like hang out together, he doesn't really want to go. He just likes to be by himself until he meets Lo. And so basically Lo has a really rough past, and she ends up moving to this new town with her brother to move in with their dad, who abandoned them when they were younger, but their mum went to jail and they don't really have anywhere else to go, and so they move in with him temporarily. And so she really needs a job, and she walks into Dare's tattoo shop called Bad Intentions. Dare owns this tattoo shop, he's a tattoo artist, super hot. She's like, hey, like, can I work here? Like, I can do like admin stuff, and Dare's literally like, no, like, we don't need anyone, like, fuck off, essentially. And so she's like, oh, okay. But he's super attracted to her, and anyway, she ends up getting a job next door, and so they're seeing each other quite often at all these, like, they have like parties in the like with all the businesses in the town, and there's this one scene on Halloween that I literally love, and they have this like inside joke about Halloween that's so cute. And anyway, they end up seeing each other quite often, and they both have this super big attraction to each other, and Dare literally is only soft and sweet with her. He has a heart of gold. He would never let anyone see that though, except for Lo, and it's so cute, and I literally love them so much. The way they are together is just everything. And yeah, I recommend this book and the whole series. The last book in the series is one of my favorites as well, which is about Lo's brother. But yeah, this whole series is just phenomenal, and it's so good. Next book that I'm going to be recommending to you guys today is Fighting Shadows by Ali Martinez. This is also the second book in a series, but like I said, can be read as a complete standalone. And this is about Flint and Ash, and basically Flint was in this accident and he's actually paralyzed, and he has a 50-50% chance of whether he will walk again. And so he's super, you know, closed off to the world because of this. He literally hates everyone. He even like is starting to not dislike his own family, but he doesn't want to be around them anymore because of this thing, and he just like wants to be isolated and by himself. And so he ends up moving out and is basically on his own a lot of the time, and he doesn't associate himself with literally anyone. And then his younger brother Quarry actually introduces him to Ash, and they kind of had this instant attraction to each other, but he doesn't want to act on anything because, like I said, he hates everyone, and he's mad at the world for everything that's happened to him, and he just wants to, you know, be lonely, but he just like can't fight it. And so they end up forming this really sweet friendship, and then that does eventually turn into more. And then this book is actually a second chance romance, so something happens that causes them to like be separated, and then they find each other again, and it's super cute. And I literally love this book so much, and the whole series is literally amazing. They're all boxing romances, and they follow the 3 brothers, and it's so good. But this book really fits this trope for I Hate Everyone in the World But You, because he meets Ash and he's just like so sweet with her, and he opens up to her, and it's just so sweet, and I literally love this book so much. And the last book that I'm going to be recommending to you guys today is Marriage for One by Ella Mays. This book is about Jack and Rose, and basically Rose's relative dies, and she is left this property to make her coffee, to like start her business, and she wants to make a coffee shop, but she can't have this property unless she's married. And she was engaged to get married to this guy, but then they break up suddenly, and so she's kind of left like with no other option. She doesn't know what to do. She really wants this property to start her coffee shop, but she can't get it unless she's married. And Jack comes in. He's a lawyer that works at the place that her relative's lawyer worked at, and he actually pulls her aside and is like, hey, we can get married, so you can get this property and you can have it for a couple of years, and then like he wants like something to do with it. He wants the building above it or something, I don't remember, but he's like, yeah, so this is the marriage of convenience trope, fake dating, false proximity as well. And so Rose is like super confused at first. He's like, why do you want to marry me? You don't even know me, I'm a complete stranger. But she does eventually agree, and they end up getting married. They have to move in together. And yeah, and so she goes about making this coffee shop, and Jack is always somehow there to, you know, help her out in super sweet ways. He is so like grumpy and literally hates everyone but her. Like, he's so soft with her, and he helps her out with all of these little things around the coffee shop, and it's literally so sweet. I'm absolutely obsessed. And you're like you as the reader is super confused, because you're like, well, there's no one around. Why are you helping her? Why are you being nice to her? Why are you wanting to spend time with her when this is a fake marriage? And it's just so cute. This book is so good. There's a whole underlying reason as to why Jack is even involved in this, and there's a big like plot twist, and yeah, it's just so good and so perfect for this trope. And yeah, that is the last book that I have to recommend to you guys today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed seeing all these recommendations for this amazing trope. If you guys want to see any other specific tropes or anything like that you want me to film for book recs, let me know in the comments so I can film those for you guys. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.